Most pneumatic tools feel like they were designed to fight you, but this little stick grinder from HAZET is a different story. It is surprisingly slim, almost like holding a thick marker, which makes a massive difference when you are trying to get into those tight, awkward corners of a project where a bulkier tool would just get in the way. You pick it up and it weighs next to nothing, just under half a kilo, so your wrist isn't going to be screaming at you after a long afternoon of cleaning up welds or polishing metal. Now, here is the thing about these air-powered tools. They can be notoriously loud, but this one is actually pretty manageable. It sits around 79 decibels, which is quiet enough that you won't feel like you need to evacuate the shop every time you pull the trigger. It is not silent, obviously, but it is a much more pleasant hum than the high-pitched whine you get from cheaper alternatives. The power output is about 224 watts, and honestly, for a tool this size, it has plenty of bite. It doesn't bog down easily, provided you have your air pressure set right at that 6.3 bar mark. What really stands out is the control. There is a little wheel on the side that lets you dial in the speed exactly where you want it. It is infinitely variable, so you aren't stuck with just high or low settings. You can really finesse the finish on a piece of aluminum, or just blast through some rust, depending on what the job calls for. Plus, the handle is cold insulated, which is a small detail that you will definitely appreciate once the weather turns cold and you aren't gripping a freezing piece of metal. The air exhaust is another smart touch. It rotates 360 degrees, so you can point that blast of air away from your face or your work surface, which keeps things clean and comfortable. If there is a downside, it is that you really need to make sure your hose setup is dialed in. It likes a 0.39-inch hose to really breathe properly, and if you try to choke it with something too narrow, you are going to lose that performance edge. It is a professional-grade piece of kit, so it expects a professional-grade air supply. HAZET has been around for over a century and a half, and you can feel that heritage in the build quality. It feels solid, not like some plastic toy that is going to crack if you drop it on the concrete floor. It is a straightforward, no-nonsense tool that does exactly what it says on the box, without any unnecessary fluff. If you're looking for something that is going to last for years, and actually makes the tedious parts of fabrication a little less painful, this is a solid bet. It is not the cheapest option out there, but for the level of control and the sheer reliability, it is hard to argue with the value. It is just a well-made, honest tool that gets the job done.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.